I would not be surprised, mark my words on this, I would not be surprised that the Charger gets a super stock option as well. I would not be surprised to see that. YouTube, what's going on? We back at it with another video. If your first time, stopping by, checking me out, make sure you pause the video right now. Well, don't pause it right now because you got to hear what I say. Go ahead, like the video. We good? We're locked in? Make sure we also subscribe to the channel as well and hit the notification bell so when I drop videos and stuff, you can be the first one to comment and all of that. So yes, I just got done. I just watched the Dodge release of the new vehicles they got for 2021. And in case you didn't watch it, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. So they released 3 videos. Well, not 3 videos, I'm gonna release a video. They released 3 vehicles. They released the 2021 Hellcat Durango SRT. I do have a video with my guess on how much it's gonna cost. They didn't mention the cost in there, so I'll link that in here. They also released the Charger Redeye, which was expected as well. And the other car, which no one saw coming, they released the Challenger SRT Superstock, which is something no one saw coming. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts on everything they released. Let's talk about it, let's get into it. So yeah, so let's get into, my thoughts on the cars that they're releasing for next year. So the first thing was one of the biggest things that people saw coming. There was a lot of articles and posts about them doing a Hellcat Durango. So a couple things that I liked about it. They did do a little bit of some redesign on as far as the interior, just a little bit. They introduced a 10.1 on Uconnect to that, which typically is only the 8.4 inch one. They also redesigned the front fascia a little bit, so now the front fascia doesn't look like the Charger wide body does. So I'm happy they did that. One big thing that I didn't see coming out, or maybe I did, I forgot. I may have mentioned this in my video before, but it will be a limited production run for the Durango Hellcat. They're only gonna do this for 1 year, and after that, they're done with it. And this is good. This is really good because if you're familiar with Dodge, and if you just kind of look at the landscape of everything anyway, the Trackshaker, honestly, it is a popular car, but I personally don't see a lot of them. I can count maybe the number of Tracksakers I've seen. The SRT Durango, another one. The only time I actually seen the SRT Durango that I can recall is on the dealership lot. I haven't seen one out driving around and things like that. Those cars are rare and you're really gonna see them on the road. To be honest, I've seen more Demons at car shows on the road and things like that than I've seen Trackhawks in the SRT Durangos. So with that limited run, it's gonna make people who's on the fence about buying it jump to buy it, and therefore you're gonna see more of those out there. Not sure if they're gonna limit production on them or they're just gonna do it for 1 year and how many get bought, that's gonna be it. They didn't say anything about that, but it is gonna be a 1 year run, which I like. They're making it limited. Hopefully they do not double down and kind of come back a couple of years later and come out with something similar. So like the limited production run on the Durango. The next thing I like the fact that with the Charger, and I like the fact they finally gave the Charger something new. They gave it more power. It's gonna still remain the most powerful 4-door sedan out there. They claim it is a muscle car. It is a muscle car in my eye, the way it is set up. One thing I did notice about the hood, if you take a look at the hood does resemble a Challenger a lot. It looks kind of like the SRT hoods a little bit on the Challenger, the way it kind of like wraps around, kind of like if you look at my hood here, you can see how it kind of does this little number here. They did that for the Charger. We knew that was gonna be a new hood on that, just because of the spy shots and stuff I shared in my last video showing that that's the only thing they hid. And so we knew what that was gonna look like except for the hood. I like that they brought that to the Charger. Not a lot of other changes besides putting the Redeye engine in it. And the last thing, the thing I like, with the Superstock, I like the fact they addressed the elephant in the room when it comes to these cars and the tires. When the Hellcats, the Redeyes, all that stuff, the tires are always a topic of discussion. That's saying, these things can get traction. So they said, okay, cool, we're gonna give you some tires that can let you do what you need to do. So pretty much the Superstock is pretty much a Redeye with Demon wheels on it. So they did the right thing by putting proper tires on the car, and I said in like a few videos back, I probably linked that in here as well, that there's only a few cars that Dodge offers that has the right tires on it from factory, and the fact they put the correct tires on this was a good thing. They're going in the right direction. They knew that was the elephant in the room. They addressed it, put some better tires on it. Should be good to go with those cars. So let's get into the next part of it. So the marketing of of this event was really great. It really got people excited, got people tuning in. I saw a lot of people talking about it. I saw also a lot of false things that people were sharing, like it's going to be, the V6 is going to be twin turbo, the 5.7 is going to be gone. I saw a lot of false things in there shared around, but glad to say that's not the case. The V6s are still there, the 5.7s are still there, the Hellcats and stuff are still there, of course. But one thing, as far as some things I felt like that they didn't really address, which I felt like I was kind of hoping they would, is one big thing is the engines. I talked about engines a while back. I was hoping that they would get a bump in power for the 5.7s, the 3.6s, maybe the 6.4 liters, maybe just a little bit of bump in power of those. But of course, that didn't happen. There's nothing really done at this time on those engines, so maybe we'll get that when they do a full refresh on the car. Which leads me into the next thing. There's really, if you look at all the cars, there's really no major redesigns at all. The only thing that Dodge did, they just took the engines they already had, tuned them a little bit, and put them in cars that they already had, which is what Dodge has been doing for the last, 2020 now, for the last 5 years. They are milking this chassis for everything it's got, milking these engines for everything it got. The Durango had the most redesign in it, as far as with the 10-inch U-Connect in it, with the new design front end on it. The Charger only had a new hood, and the Challenger was pretty much a remix of stuff they already had. So there wasn't really a lot of redesign going on, which is expected. That's what Dodge does. They're just gonna remix the stuff. They're gonna say, okay, what parts haven't we put together yet? Which is all they're gonna do. So that was kind of disappointing, that there wasn't more done as far as looks wise, but that's probably going to come in the years to come when they do a complete refresh, whenever they decide to do a complete refresh. The biggest shocker of this event was the Super Stock. No one saw the Super Stock as a car that they were going to release. Everyone knew about the Durango, like I said. Everyone knew about the Charger Redeye, like I said, but no one knew about the Super Stock. And to be honest, if I was a demon owner, I'll be a little bit mad. I'll be a little bit mad, because pretty much the Super Stock, if you really just think about it, the Super Stock is a demon. It's pretty much almost a demon, like the Redeye. The Redeye and the Super Stock are pretty much very, very close to having a demon without saying it's a demon. Even when the guy was talking about it, he was like, we'll probably never make a demon, and we're gonna stand by that. But they keep releasing cars that are demon-like, The only thing they really did with this Super Stock, I won't even call it a new trim. All they did was they took a Redeye, gave it a little bit more horsepower, and put the demon wheels on it and called it a Super Stock. That's it. That's literally all they did to it. And in my eye, this is what I think they could have did. Instead of making that a whole trim in its own, what I would have done, or what I thought they should have done instead of doing that, is make the tire and wheels that they put on that car, make it its own option. Because they released the Charger Redeye with the same Pirellis that everyone says you can't get traction on, which I've seen, I've seen that happen. Make it a tire and wheel option. Like, you go to get a Charger wide body, and you can click the Super Stock option where you get these better tires and wheels so you can get better grip. And same with the Challengers, like, just make it a tire and wheel option. That's all they had to do. Oh, and at least the wheels, they could at least gave us new wheels, redesign the wheels. The wheels are the exact same as the Demon. The exact same, no change. Same size, same width, same color, same style, with the exact same tires. There are a lot of tires that you could have put on this car that are not necessarily drag radials, but it would have been better than the Pirellis. And the fact they put the exact same Demon wheels on there, it's like copy and paste. They just cut it off one car, paste it on another car. That's all they did. And this is gonna wrap up this video. This is just a quick video. I didn't want to get into all the specs and stuff for the cars. You can look that part up. I just wanted to bring, what I think about the release, some of the things I wanted to see, some things that didn't happen, and all of that. Like I said, the biggest disappointment, well, one of the biggest disappointments is the Super Stock to me, because like I said, that tire and wheel package could just be an option, and then you can put it on the Charger as well. The Charger's gonna need those wheels eventually. I would not be surprised, mark my words on this, I would not be surprised if next year, or not next year, or the year after, or late next year, or something like that, that the Charger gets a Super Stock option as well. I would not be surprised to see that. So thank you for tuning in. Like I said before, make sure you like, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. The biggest thing that's gonna help the channel grow, trying to get videos out there and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna wrap it up. We're out. Peace.